Hey guys, it's Clara. Welcome back to my channel. This video is about my next 2 tips for sticking with the Whole30. So if you are new to my channel, you may soon discover it is kind of all over the place. I like talking about all sorts of different things. But if you like the Whole30 and you like Whole30 videos and tips and meal plans and grocery hauls, please go ahead and click that subscribe button below. I just did a video about my top 2 tips for sticking with the Whole30. And those talked about my tips on food prep and experimenting with seasonings. First of all though, if you don't know what the Whole30 is, go ahead and check out the website. There's plenty of information online. The plan itself, the basics about the plan are available for free online. So you don't really need to buy the books in order to do it. But if you're like me and you want to read more about it, please go ahead and check it out. There's plenty of books now. Okay, so there's plenty of tips out there, plenty of information. There's Facebook groups, there's community forums, there's the Whole30 forum online, there's support groups that meet in person. So there's a lot of advice out there about how to stick with the Whole30. In this video, I really just want to share with you my personal experience and what has worked for me as an individual. So you might find that your weaknesses might be different, that your cravings might be a bit different, but there might be something in what I do that might help you if you are looking for some tips. Okay, so one of my biggest weaknesses, and I'm still working on it, is the nighttime cravings. And Melissa Hartwig, she talks about determining the difference between hunger and craving. And if you're truly having a craving, or if you're wanting to eliminate some of that nighttime snacking, etc., you kind of have to ask yourself, okay, what might be leading me up to this kind of behavior? Is it what I'm eating at dinner? Do I need more protein at dinner? Do I need to essentially shut down the kitchen if I can? But for me, what has been a big lead up to the snacking or the craving at night is my behavior on electronics. So I am one of those people that will waste time on the computer until well into the hours of the night. I mean, sometimes I've done it till like 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever because during the day I feel tired, and yet I will still waste time at night. I will sacrifice sleep, all because I'm being stimulated by something on the computer and I don't want to get off. You know, I think, okay, I'll go to bed after I read this one article, or I'll go to bed after I check this one Facebook profile, or this one Facebook link, or after I watch this video or whatever. And then little by little, you know, lo and behold, you know, 2 hours later, I have now wasted time that I probably didn't need, you know, all that stuff I probably didn't really need to look at, or I could have looked at it the following morning. So for me, what has worked lately is to set an alarm, and I call this alarm "Get Your Damn Ass Off the Computer" alarm. I'm not kidding. That's how I refer to it when, if we happen to be having company and they hear that alarm, they're like, what is that? Who's calling you this late? That's my alarm. And I know a lot of people use alarms to get up in the morning. I do that too, but I also have alarms to remind me to get off the computer. It has been so helpful and so life-changing. And you'd think that I would be watching the clock and I would know, oh, okay, I know when 10 o'clock rolls around that I'll get off the computer. No, I need the friggin' alarm, okay? It is just the addiction to online stuff, and I say stuff because it's just a lot of stuff, is real. For me, it is. One thing that probably doesn't help either is that my desk is in the kitchen. It's a desk that is built into the house, so it's not like I can move it. Getting off the computer for me usually means getting up from my desk and out of the kitchen. And I set it at 10 p.m. because bedtime is usually around 11 p.m. or midnight. So it gives me time for my brain to compress a little bit, and all those sensory things that were ignited and excited by what I was reading to calm down. It is also late enough so that if I need to address some emails or whatever, I have some time to do that in the evening after dinner. And also too, because I know that alarm is coming, and it's a big, loud, noisy alarm by intention. You know, I don't want it to be this beautiful musical thing, because then it's not as alarming. It's not as disturbing to the behavior. It doesn't interrupt the behavior as much if it's beautiful. Because I know it's coming, then I am much more efficient with my evening online time. If I have to be on the computer for something, if I'm editing a YouTube video, if I have some emails that I need to address and take care of, I get that stuff done first because I know I won't have 11 p.m., midnight, 1 a.m. I won't have time later in order to do so. And because I set that alarm to get off the electronics, I am not up ready to be snacking. Now my next tip has to do with distraction. Now you've probably heard that tip before. If you are having cravings and wanting to snack, to distract yourself, go for a walk, watch a movie, do some yoga, whatever, read a book. To be honest with you, I've tried all of that stuff, and for the most part, it doesn't work for me. I hesitate to tell you that because I don't want you not to try it, because it might help to go for a walk. If you have a dog, take your dog for a walk around the block. Just go around the block or something, or go up and down the street. If you're by yourself, go ahead and do that. But you might be in a situation like myself where it's 15 degrees outside right now. It's just not going to happen. And certainly you can walk in place, and I've done that, but I can only walk in place for so long before I feel like, okay, I'm really going to go get a snack now. So one thing that has worked for me is to do some self-grooming when the cravings come. And what I mean by that is to do a facial mask, to do my nails, to brush my teeth, pretty much a lot of stuff where I have to use my hands, and it also has a scent component. So the scent component, whether that be in the nail polish or the mud mask or in the mint toothpaste, for me can be a bit of an appetite suppressant. I just don't feel like I want to eat when I smell those kinds of things, especially nail polish or nail polish remover. That's just not appetizing to me. Plus, if you do your nails, then you're kind of tied for a little while. You got to let the nail polish dry, right? You're not going to be wanting to ruin it by preparing snacks. Setting the alarm and distracting yourself with self-grooming. If, however, you've tried those tips out several different times and neither of them have worked for you in the past, one thing that has helped me, and I know that it's helped a lot of people, is to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. So I guess in a way, this is kind of like a 3-tip video, but especially if you're like me and you're addicted to social media anyway, whether it be Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram, why not join some of those groups that are Whole30 related? There is a Keep Calm and Whole30 On group. There is the official Whole30 Snapchat, or Melissa Hartwig also has her own Snapchat, both of which are kind of funny in a way. They both kind of have a bit of a dry sense of humor. There's also Instagram photos and tags and Pinterest. So there is a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of community support out there. If you find, like Melissa Hartwig has said, if you find that you're ready to dive into a piece of pie or whatever, go ahead and go to those websites and say, hey, this is my first Whole30, or this is my third Whole30. I am about ready to dive into a bowl of ice cream. I'm about ready to go into the pantry and go to town. Post on there, and there will be people there who will support you. There will be people there who will say, hey, it's okay, I have definitely been there. Don't beat up on yourself. Realize that you are not alone, and that there's a community of people that are all trying to eat healthier, eat whole foods, and get off some of those food addictions as well. So that's it for this video. If you have any tips or tricks that have worked for you to stay on the Whole30, please go ahead and comment below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.